Hi everyone, this is Group 3 and we are going to be covering the topic short reports today. Short reports typically run between 1 to 2 pages. They can be written as a memo if it's a report that's for within the company, or it can be written as a letter for when it's a short report for somebody outside your company. Short reports consist of about 4 steps. 1. The summary. 2. The background. 3. The body or the main concepts. And 4. Recommendation and the conclusion. First, we are going to go over step 1, which is the summary. The summary of the short report includes only 1 to 2 sentences. Its main purpose is to introduce the short report as well as explain what topics are going to be covered in this report.
All right, and now moving on to step number 2, which is background. For background, it is important that you know your objective. By matching your purpose to the objective, this allows for your reader to further understand the point and carry it with them even after they read your report. It is helpful to make your point very obvious with clear dialect. It is easy for your audience to glaze over the point if you do not clearly identify it. Also, you must know before your report what the main objective is in order to make it clear to your audience. Often, in order to make your main objective even clearer, it is helpful to use thoughtful diction to your advantage. Using powerful words such as authorize and project when making your objective clear will undoubtedly enhance your point when aiming to prove something. Diction can be a powerful tool if utilized correctly. Your objective will also be a main point of interest for your thesis. And now it's time to choose an approach. It can be helpful to choose a layout for your report before even beginning. If you know your objective, starting to draft a thesis might be a wise next step. Your main objective can be stated clearly within your thesis. And also, knowing your objective will help you draft your thesis, the guiding statement used to define the scope of research for the report. Next, it is helpful to begin gathering research for your report. Gathering information for your report will allow you to begin with a good basis of knowledge for the topic you're about to write on. It's important to ask yourself questions such as, what information do I need? How much information do I need? And where do I find this information? And lastly, be sure to begin drafting by writing outlines for your report instead of just jumping right into writing right away. By creating a draft, you are essentially setting yourself up for success by allowing yourself several tries to write your report. The drafting phase also allows for lots of refinement for your report, which will undoubtedly allow you to create a better, more well-rounded report.
Thank you, Kuyasha, for introducing this topic, and thank you to Emma as well for covering the background part for short reports. Now we will be moving on to step 3, which is the body of the short report. The body of the short report includes the main concepts and the reasoning behind the short reports. You want to include the reason and goal that would follow this report. You may even include tasks that have been completed by your team or introduce the goals that your team has in mind. So, for step 3 of this report, you want to follow up on the background information to provide more details. This is where you want to confirm your purpose for creating your report. When stating your purpose, you want to summarize it in about 1 or 2 lines. For example, the purpose of this report is to increase awareness when it comes to unethical behavior in the office. This gives us a clear goal following the previous background information that led to this goal. Oftentimes in this section, people may even use graphs, charts, progress reports, or some other form of evidence of your work. It's great to add some visual cues, but be sure to add attachments if the paper itself will get too lengthy or crowded. Also to be included in the body of your report could be the tasks that have been completed by your team that relate to this goal. This would also be a good time to review what tasks that your team is planning on completing. Again, evidence supporting your progress are really useful in this section, but if it's something that is very long, make sure to add it as an attachment later. Now that we have provided enough information behind the purpose and reasoning for this report, you can now discuss the goals that you want your report to reflect. So now you will be listening to Elizabeth while she covers the results and recommendation section of your short reports.
Thank you, Jessica, for the information that you just provided. Recommendations and conclusions. The final lines of a short report are used to provide any additional results that may have come from the data. Short reports are not required to draw detailed conclusions like their longer counterparts. Short reports, however, are required to have a few connections made by the author to explain why the research is good for the society. When ending a short report, you can end them in 2 different ways. A short report can end with a recommendation or a conclusion. The way you end your short report is based on your purpose. So let's discuss both ways to help you learn which one to use. Recommendations are given if you are asked to provide your opinion on something. In short, this is just your suggestion of what should have been done. Say your boss asked you to gather information on who's been cleaning the office microwaves. You discover that it's only 2 people out of 50. So maybe you suggest that everyone rotates so it's not the same 2 people always cleaning the microwave. Conclusions. Unlike recommendations, you should not suggest what should be done. Conclusions are fact-based, not opinion, so it's important to stick to the facts only, even if you saw a way to improve the situation. So let's use the example we used in the previous slide. Your boss asked you to gather the information on who's been cleaning the microwaves in the office. You find out that it's only 2 people out of the 50 people that work there, so that's the information you provide to your boss. So even if you see a way to improve the situation, you just stop at the facts. In this presentation, we've provided you the information on how to write a short report in 4 steps, starting with the summary, adding the background and body into the center, and then ending with recommendations or conclusions. We hope that you have found this presentation informative. We are Group 3, and this is our Works Cited page. Thank you.